Say what? Another video on a bag of broken watches in such a short amount of time? Wait a minute, Mark, we're not going to wait 6 weeks between episodes? Yes, guys, here we are, another bag of broken watches. Hello, I'm Mark Franken from Marked in Time, and believe it or not, a buddy of mine, Fred, thumbs up to Fred, who seems to be finding them better than I have, got me another bag of broken watches. Although, wow, the price on this thing is getting up there. So let me move this out of the way. And here we go. Look at that. Look at that. $15. There better be a Rolex in here for 15 bucks. Jeepers creepers. That's a price for you. But anyways, there we go. We got another bag. I'm going to go and put my gloves on and let's go and take a look and see what's inside this thing. So I'm going to be doing some changing up a little bit. My shop is going to be going under construction soon. I'm going to be updating it, and then you're going to see a little bit more of the shop itself. As well, I'm going to, with the new design of the shop, I'm going to incorporate a couple of cameras and try to get into videoing some of the work. So you'll see sort of an idea of how I go about things, other than just opening these things up. You'll see a little bit more of reviews and a bit more variety. And, well, that looks interesting right there. But to see what else I do in here, because I do work on watches, believe it or not. I mean, I know I've done a couple of videos where you see me take stuff apart. It's really, really hard to put something together on video. But it has mostly to do with the cameras. So I'm going to try to get that all straightened out so you guys can see a little bit more of the whole process. So anyways, here we go. $15. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, there's better be something good in here for 15 bucks. But here we go. Let's take this off. Get through the staple vacuum. I'm just going to tear this right open here. And let's get started. I'm going to move this out of the way so we can do one at a time. And here's the first one. So what do we have here? That is a Tradition. Wow. Talk about thin electroplating. Got some nice hands on there, though. I'm going to go and zoom in a little bit here. There we go. Now, that's pretty cheap, but, you know, I could salvage a couple of things off there. It's just Japanese movement. The band is done. Wow, look at the corrosion on this. Wonder if this thing, there's the popper. Let's see if we can take a look and see what kind of movement is in here. Oh no, she's a cheapie. That's a cheap movement. I got hundreds of these. Anyhow, okay, well, there you go. It says Japanese. That's not a lie, but it's not exactly the most expensive Japanese movement, that's for sure. So we'll put that off to the side. And then we'll see what we have here. This is a Iron Man. Yeah, these actually sell, oddly enough. But anyways, that's not even working. And then what's this here? This is a, well, there's no case back. I can feel with my gloves. There's no case back on this. No name watch. Yeah, that's pretty cheap. Easy to read though, but that's pretty cheap. Got some bands here. That's off of a Fitbit. I can tell you that right now. That looks brand new. But that's off of a Fitbit. That I have no use for. Boy, what's the brand name on that? That's working still too. Wow, that's still working. Oh, it just says collection. Japanese movement. I'm going to pull that right off my fingers. Another cheap movement. Again, not lying. It's probably a Japanese movement, but you know, nothing to write home about. I guess that's a sales thing that they do with some of these watches. What do we have here? Wow, that's a fossil. And man, is that ever wrecked. That is used. Look at the dirt on this thing. You know, it's interesting. I recently serviced a watch not too long ago. Let's zoom out on that a little bit. I serviced a watch actually not too long ago that is absolutely identical to this, other than the hands. These hands are orange, which is kind of cool actually. But the watch I serviced had white hands, but this is the identical watch. Buckle isn't signed. That's weird. Wonder if that's original. That is filthy. That's got to be coming close to one of the most dirtiest watches I've had. Oh, the pushers are pretty stiff as well. Well, that still works. I want to fix this up. I hate to say it, but that can be still cleaned up. I can't do much with the bezel though. That's the bezel. That's too bad that got all worn away. But I like the dial and I like the orange hands. I think with a new crystal and a polishing, this might actually come out as a pretty cool looking watch. Anyways, I'm going to put that off to the side. Now what do we have here? Oh, backwards. Oh, I see. There's two crowns on. There's crowns on both sides. Tommy. Cheap movements and no backing on that. Case back. Boy, did Tommy ever build cheap crap. I'll tell you, a little story about Tommy Hilfiger. Many years ago, their stuff was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Even their clothing line, like it would rip at the seams. Like people complained left, right, and center about Tommy Hilfiger. And nobody, I guess sales were dropping. They really had to pick up their bootstraps there and work a little harder to build a name for themselves because they got popular, but their stuff was junk, watches included. This was before Movado took over the Tommy Hilfiger line for their watches. And this is a prime example of crap that they used to produce. Like that is just terrible. Ugh. Too bad though, because the design is actually weird, but yeah, anyways. So that's a no-go. That's another Fitbit band. Holy shoot. Okay, I'm just going to grab a whole bunch of these Fitbit bands here. They're just piled right in here. So these are all Fitbit bands. They all look pretty good condition, though. I might actually put them on Facebook or something. So what do we have here? This is, well, that's just a Nixon. Oh. I wonder if there's a Nixon in this box. That got wrecked, but I wonder if there's a Nixon in here. Anyways, we'll just go through with this one. Renoir. Quartz. Digital watch. Yeah. I always mean to fix those, but I never get around to it. That is that's a Citizen. It's a nice band on it. Look at that. It's even, the leather's embossed on the band. Do you like that? The name's embossed on the leather, I meant to say Citizen. That's a nice little watch. That's in pretty good shape too. Needs a bit of a cleaning, but I just have a hard time moving these watches. Like, not too many people buy them. That's the sad thing. I want to put that off to the side. Here's a flashy little thing. Wow, that's blinged out. No case back. Again, cheap Japanese movement. Wow, that's terrible. That is absolutely terrible. Pearl dial, though. That's interesting. Let's see, what's this one? Oh, got it upside down. Oh, wow, that's garbage. Again, another cheap Japanese movement. Cheapers. No shortage of those movements. Holy Moses. That's an interesting band. That's not a Fitbit. I don't know what that's to. That's weird. that off to the side. What's this? That's a Loris Mickey Mouse watch. Wonder how old this is. The logo for the Loris is pretty new. That's an interesting. This is almost, I'm not saying it's a swatch. It's almost reminiscent of a swatch type construction where you just put the battery straight through the back here. That's interesting. That is really interesting. I don't understand the band though. Why would you put a black leather band on something like this? This deserves a rubber band. I kind of like that though. Like that is interesting. I have to admit, I've never seen something like this. Loris. I'm going to clean this up. Do a crystal polish on it because I can tell with the light that the crystal's a bit scuffed up. I kind of like that. That's interesting. I'm going to put that off to the side with the fossil watch to get that fixed up. And then, no, that's a Bulova. Well, here we go. It's got a case back on it. Oh, great. Bulova Accutron. Come on, work with me. That's an applied. The Bulova, the tuning fork there for the bull, that's actually an applied piece. That's a cool little watch. Accutron. I wish this was a larger watch. I like the leather band on it. I wonder if that's real. If that's not the original. That can't be the original band. Usually Boulevard puts their name on the band as well, but it suits the watch though. This kind of distressed leather type thing. It's got a nice sunburst dial, nice hands. I really like that. That's definitely going to be polished up. I'm going to put that with on. That's so far not too bad. And oh yeah, this is the one that I looked at through the bag. Oh, another Tommy. Well, that works. Not well, mind you, but look at the play on that. That's actually a real. Those hands are real. That's a real chronograph. Is there a case back? Oh, there's a case back on that. Rolled links. So this is pretty old as well. You know what? I'm going to clean this up and just see what I get out of it if I clean that up. It doesn't seem to be in too bad a shape. I don't like the bracelet. The bracelet's terrible. That's one of those hair pullers. You put that on, your hair gets caught and all that. It shreds your hair right out. But I'm going to fix that up. What the heck? That one I can fix up. Tommy's a bit of a name. Oh, wow. That's fake. You see the fake. You know, I like to kind of consider myself as not being a watch snob. Like, I have to admit, like I don't like watch snobs. I don't care if what you're wearing you like, all the power to you. I have no issues with that. And I'm okay with fashion watches. If you want to wear a fashion watch, fine. I mean, I have a couple myself, right? That I love. I mean, so I have no problem with fashion watches. I have no problem with what you want to wear. I find the only place where I have to admit it just bothers me is fake complications. I don't get the fake complications. Like, instead of putting those on, why not just leave them off and then just go with the watch the way it looks? You know, like, I mean, it's got a really kind of a cool inner chapter ring here, which is not lined up at all, by the way. I just noticed the chapter ring is completely off center. But I mean, like, it's got a nice white dial. It's got nice hands. It's got, I kind of like the silver. I don't like the bling crap around the outside of it, but that's me. That's my own personal taste, right? But, you know, I mean, it's got the chapter ring. Why put the fake complications on it? Like, I don't get it. Even the case isn't. Look at that. It's even missing one of the fake pushers because these are fake, right? Everything here is fake. I don't like. Why not just avoid this crap and just leave a nice white dial? Even has kind of a cool. I don't know what that logo is or like the MC there, but even that doesn't look that unattractive. Like I would just maybe make that a little larger, the logo, take off the fake complications, put it in a normal case. This would actually be not a bad looking watch. But it's the fake complications I never can understand. And that's the one thing where I kind of, you know, like, I mean, if you wear a watch with fake complications, all the power to you. I just personally, that's the one thing that I just have a really hard time getting my head around, fake complications. Like, this costs all a little bit extra having to put the fake pushers in. That's the one thing I don't get is fake complications. Just don't put them on. Anyways, there's my little rant for the day. What's this say? Well, this is another band. Oh, wait a sec here. Oh, these two are supposed to be together. So that's from Nixon. So these are the Nixon ones. I don't know what the hell that is. That's scary. Some kind of a crap on there. And, well, wait a sec here. I'm grabbing this out of there. Nixon. Well, there you go. That's the watch. That's actually not in bad shape either. Nixon. What's that called? Never be late. Oh, well, I doubt that. Oh, the crown is. Oh, the crown stem is bent. Or the crown. Well, something's bent. That can be easily fixed. Well, that's okay. So this watch obviously has some issues here, but that's not bad though. Like it needs to be taken apart and serviced. It's got fog on the inside, which would explain it because there's a big, massive hole there. It's got a day-date complication. Clean looking. A lot of people like Nixon. Quite the name. Well, there we go. Now it's in. If it popped in, can I change the time now? Oh boy. I think I just messed this up even. Oh, nope, it didn't pop in. Oh well, I can tell you right now, that's a cheap movement that's in there. Well, maybe not cheap, but that can be all fixed up. Anyways, I kind of like the look of that. I don't know if that would be applied indices or... I think those are applied indices as well. And the strap. You know what this would look good on? It's a NATO, actually, I think. I wonder if that would look good on a NATO. Do I have a NATO strap kicking around somewhere? I'm in my shop right now, and to make this video, I had to clean my workbench off, so I have literally crap all over the place. I know I had a NATO strap somewhere kicking around. Yeah, here. There you go. There's a NATO strap. Wrong size, but... Yeah, too bad that's not the right width, but you get the idea. Well, I got that on backwards too. Well, I'm really batting 1,000 here. Yeah, you see, that looks a little better than the... I like that. It's the wrong size, though, by quite a bit, actually. But anyways, I'm just playing around now. So we'll fix that one up definitely. Nixon's a pretty good name. I don't know what that is, but we'll toss that off to the side. Digitech. Wow, that is just crap. I'm not, I don't, wow. You know, that's way too big of an, like, what is this? That's ridiculous. Okay, that's going off to the side. And what's that one? Wow, that is, I can't even, what's the word for that? Gaudy? Talk about being over the top. What's that? You see, now that one doesn't have a bad movement in it. This one has the, I think that's a Myota. That's got a decent Japanese movement in it. Upside down. That's a Myota movement. Yep, Myota. This movement is, these things are tanks. Like, these movements are, they come in so many watches. But these are good movements. I must have about 50 of them, but every time I come across one, I always keep it because you just can't. No. Actually, I'll let you in on a little secret. Sometimes I get battery replacements for watches, and someone will say, "Oh, can you replace the battery?" And I'm like, "Yeah, okay." And I open the watch up, and if it's from a watch that somebody really loves, and again, no judgment. I mean, it could be a pretty cheap watch, but they give me a watch that they absolutely love, and I know they do, because a lot of times it's just not worth changing the battery sometimes, right? But I get these watches where they absolutely love it. It means something to them, and they rather have the battery changed than chucking the watch in the garbage. And what I find, what I do, and this is between you and me, like, don't go telling everybody, but I sometimes take the movement out. The hands are universal fit. So, like, these hands here, yeah, so these hands here will actually fit on one of these cheaper watches. Let's say this here, right? There's probably a pretty cheap Japanese movement in this one, right? But these hands are universal fit. So believe it or not, these hands can come off this Myota movement and fit on this cheaper movement, and vice versa. So it's like a universal fit for these hands, and it just makes things a lot easier. So what I do is, if someone comes up to me and they have a watch they absolutely love, and I open it up and I find there's like a cheap Chinese movement in it or a cheap Japanese movement, sometimes what I do is I take the movement out and I put one of these movements in, like these. Oh, I popped that case closed. One of these Japanese Myota movements. These Myota movements are found in a lot of fashion watches, and they're really good movements. I mean, they're about $12 Canadian, like, to buy wholesale. But they're good movements, and they last forever, and they keep incredibly good time. And so when someone comes up to me, they say they love this watch, I open it up and it's got a crappy movement in it. What I'll do is I'll swap out the movement, put a Myota movement in it, reassemble the watch, and give it back to them. I don't tell them. I just, here's your watch back with a new battery. But at least now I know that they're going to have their watch is going to be more accurate, and it's going to be around for a lot longer. And it makes me feel good that at least I've done one small thing to them that they don't know. And yeah, I'd probably get crap if I got caught doing that. But anyways, so there you go. That's the one little thing that I do, because I get the movements a lot of times for free, and it's just, it makes their watch a little that much better. Anyway, so what do we have here? This is, I'm gonna have to zoom in on this one. Boy, this is a tiny little one. That's a Cardinal 17 jewel. Let me, yeah, 17 jewel Cardinal. That's an old piece. Wow. Jeepers, is that ever old? I kind of like the, I kind of like the way they put the flower pattern right into the band. Eh? That's some detailing there. Holy Moses. God, some real pride and quality went into these old watches, at the time. Yeah, God, this thing must have, this thing could tell stories, 17 jewel. Wow. Well, I have a special place for these watches. I actually don't toss these watches out. I have a place that I put these in, and I clean them up, fix them, and then I put them, hoping that maybe one day, these will become popular again. I doubt that. Although, as I was telling a friend of mine, I said all it does is it takes one celebrity to start wearing them, and then that will be the end of it. You know, like we're getting to the end of the bag. Actually, I think that is the end. Wait, there's one more thing in here. Oh, that's an old earring. Clip-on earring. So that's the end of the bag, but this is the last watch. And we have here a Tag Heuer, which, no. Oh my gosh, it's a celebrity. Look at that, the logo through the camera. It looks like it's a tag. I thought this was like a fake tag. But they did the same green and red. That's funny. Mercedes hands. Celebrity. Okay, they got the Tag Heuer logo thing going there, but it doesn't say Tag Heuer. But boy, you are on close to the line. Look at that. That's a terrible bezel. That is terrible. But that, boy, is that ever orange. That is a real trying to knock off a tag. Signed buckle, though. No, I don't know what to do with this thing. That's going to go for parts. Well, the case doesn't look that bad on that. It's hard to tell through the camera, but I actually think I can put probably a pretty good polish back on this case. Oh, man. Integrated bracelet. Yeah, she's pretty cheap, though. Holy shoot. No, I think I might just take it for parts. But anyways, there you go, folks. That's the end of that. The bag is empty. So I want to fix that one up. This is the fossil. Needs a new crystal, you think? Jeepers creepers. Look at this crystal on this thing. So that's the fossil. This one here. And I like... Actually, this bag produced a couple of pretty good finds. The fossil. Put that down. I got the Bulova, Nixon, and what else do we have? We got this little Mickey Mouse thing here. So this is it. One of these four, I think, will be the treasure. This is going to need a lot of work. This, believe it or not, just needs a good cleaning and a new crystal. This looks really nice. I like this Bulova Accutron. So I think, honestly, I think it's between these two are the treasures found this week. Yeah. Wow. I tell you, this looks really nice, though. Anyways, so there you go. Like I said, there's going to be some changes coming up. And I really do appreciate you watching. If you do like this content, please like and subscribe. As always, it kind of really keeps me going. I did take a big hiatus, so I did post a video not too long ago. This one's going to be posted. And like I said, once my shop gets done, I'm really kind of hoping to get some different type of content. It's just kind of playing around with some quick little things. But anyways, please like and subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next one.